together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today, light card. I was looking at it here, and I've moved on one NHL game. I've kind of got my eyes on one, maybe two NBA games.
I got one NBA game today,
and I saw you did a free pick video for last night. I'm hoping I'm on the same side as you. So,
is it the home team?
Yes.
Okay, then yes.
All right, cool. That makes me feel a lot better about the side I was going to bet before the show, but I never even watched your video, to be completely honest, because by the time I was
capping,
but because the time I was capping the game, I was in class. So, I mean, I wasn't going to be watching a video in class when I'm trying to cap the game. That's just not right. So, but no, yeah, I am looking at that side. I'm also looking at the road team on that, on the game after that one. As well as two of the teams I'm looking at today. I've already moved on the last game of the NHL card, and we'll get into all that there. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one wrong in the world of sports betting. Kind of took a mental day yesterday. I only bet the Blackhawks because that was the only game I really dove deep into when it came to capping yesterday. I did a free pick video for it. I lost on the Blackhawks in overtime. When you look at the expected goal numbers, the Blackhawks should have won that game. They lost in overtime. For some reason, and this was not part of my handicap. James Reimer had a hell of a game. The Chicago Blackhawks had 4.1 expected goals yesterday. They won that expected goal battle 4.1 to 1.64. So, wasn't the best performance by Mrazek. A really strong performance by James Reimer, and that's what happens sometimes. So sometimes goaltenders who have been complete shit all year long turn into an actual halfway competent goaltender. So it happens. And that was the only game I bet yesterday. And other than, of course, East Carolina money line, baseball. I bet them every single game, basically. We were there yesterday. The reason why we didn't do the show yesterday was because student tickets, they only offered them the day of at 12 o'clock, and the game was sold out. So I needed to go up there, and I'm glad I went up there the time I did, because I went up there around 10:30, which would have been around where the time the show would have started. And if I would have done the show and gone up after that, I wouldn't have gotten a ticket. That's just the so it was nice. I was able to we were able to go to that game. One of the best baseball games I've ever been to. Back and forth. ECU gets the win at the end. They beat the Tar Heels. They win the series against them. That was great. Love to see. And in exchange, the Division I college baseball rankings, they definitely did them justice by keeping them at 11.
They went 2-2 last week, so
yeah,
I don't blame them.
It is what it is. But yeah, it was a fun day yesterday. It was nice not having to stress about my bets and not as much. It was nice to take kind of like a mental day, because I mean the grind gets difficult at times, especially when you've had your struggles. The previous few weeks have been not great, so hopefully all refreshed and ready to go, and ready to get down into a smaller card today.
Yeah, yesterday was not a good day on the site. I'd like to say thank you to the Memphis Tigers. All right, cool. SMU, Northern Kentucky, IFPW, Tulane, and the Pelicans can all suck one. And I will say it was not like Saturday, where, as crazy as it sounds, I know we didn't do a show yesterday. Saturday, we ended up finishing down like 7 units. It could have been a profitable day on Saturday. There was a couple of games that we lost by 1 or 2 points. A couple of them flipped, were profitable. This one had nothing that could have flipped and was profitable. SMU lost by 11. We did get a 2-point loss because Northern Kentucky wins by 16 when we had minus 17.5. IFPW is trash. I didn't want to put them on the site to begin with. I think we're done with them. I don't like them. Tulane -2 is a loser, and the Pelicans -4. They lose outright. So it ended up being down 4.25 units. We need to bounce back because it's been a rough February after a really good January.
Yep, and that happens.
But Nick, back head to the chat, say hi. As I'm going to go over some of the college basketball so that I can put them up on the site.
Okay, I was going to put up the hockey play, but okay.
You could do that too after I'm done here.
All right, let's see. Untouchable in the chat saying, morning, morning, gentlemen. Good morning. College basketball is a rough loss, a 4-teamer. Shockers, shocked. IUPUI scored a garbage basket with 14 seconds left and no Sparty Party. Yeah, the Sparty Party lost outright to the Ohio State.
Apparently on a buzzer beater.
Yep. NHL is nice though. Lightning money line, Blue Jackets money line, Sabres money line. Those were leans I had yesterday. On that card. Chicago, Detroit under. There you go. Jets and over, and Nashville puck line all hit. There you go. Bucks -4.5. Nuggets money line. Bucks/Nuggets money line parlay. Bucks, Nuggets, Jazz money line parlay. There you go.
How about them Nuggets last night? Real quick, 3 straight wins. 3 straight triple doubles for Nikola Jokic, where he hit it before the fourth quarter started. So he's pretty good. But yes, that was fun to watch last night.
Yeah, purple and gold. Blue and gold parlay, Sabres, Nuggets, Preds, never in doubt. There you go. Sabres, wow. Yeah, Sabres, they I was leaning towards them yesterday. I was. And I didn't fully cap the card yesterday. I capped enough to do the free pick video because I knew that was the game I wanted to look at was what was that Red Wings Blackhawks game, which I forgot to touch on here. Was it any surprise who scored the game-winning goal yesterday for the Detroit Red Wings?
The NHL scripted. You forgot.
And here's the thing, though. If you could have done the most cliche parlay and won. Bedard anytime goal, Patrick Kane anytime goal. There you go. Good morning. I'm ready to cash. Let's get it, Nathan. Hello, NBA. Hello. NBA was kind of rough last night. I didn't even look at the NBA. I'm stirring at a couple plates today, though. Let's get it. Creighton got their doors blown off, and I guess the Rutgers isn't good at home anymore. Bad day yesterday. Fair. Gamecocks -8.5. I'm looking at. Let's get up the what do you call it? The college basketball spreadsheet here. Gamecocks. Where's South Carolina at?
They don't play today. South Carolina doesn't play today.
Which Gamecocks are you looking at? Oh, you're looking at the Bulldogs. South Carolina State -8.5. We have that right on an 8.5. We only have one play in college basketball today, and I did a free pick for them last night. I love doing those little games. I saw the opportunity.
There's actually 2 plays.
Really?
Sorry, I bet a second play.
Okay.
I did a free pick video for it last night.
Yeah, you give me an opportunity to do a game like in the MEAC, and I'll take that opportunity to highlight some teams like that. So I was able to give out NC Central last night. That's the only play on the spreadsheet for us today.
Yes.
Yo. What's good, Joe Kryptonite? Love the NHL. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to fade my Buckeyes after that buzzer beater. The Lightning plus money. Yeah, and that was because it was Johansson, which if I would have bet the Lightning, and this was stupid on me for not noticing this. It was a back-to-back for the Lightning. So why was I surprised that it was Johansson in net? Because the Lightning played the Islanders with Vasilevsky, and then they saved their crap goaltender, which actually had a good game yesterday for the Devils. So that's fun. Yes, sir. What's good, Justin? Baylor versus TCU. I know Tim, you did a free pick video for that game on Picks and Parlays, right?
Yes, TCU.
Yeah. Raptors plus 6.5 is the stacks pot of the day. I believe that was one of the games I wasn't really looking at. I have that game.
I don't know. I don't know if I could
Okay.
trust the Raptors on the road, but I'm not laying points with the Pacers right now.
I'm looking. I notice I'm looking at the later games when it comes to the.
I've got one play in the NBA today.
Yeah. God damn it, Justin. Every game went under besides one. There you go. Took TCU. Lean TCU. Wait, Bedard didn't score? Did he get an assist? And ESPN just trolled me because I got an ESPN notification saying Bedard goal. He may have gotten an assist and may have been tipped in. I couldn't watch the game because it was on NHL Network. Pacers plus money. They're not plus money. They're -6. Bedard sold my Kane to Brinkat Bedard goal parlay. Okay, my bad. I'm
pulling it up now, Nick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Goals were scored by Foligno and
Whistle.
And Bedard had an assist on the Foligno goal.
That's what it was, because I saw Bedard score a goal on ESPN. They said Bedard goal, and they must have switched it. So I'll call you on Pacers. Leaning it. Besides yesterday, Stacks running cold. Your cap might be spot on. There you go. Lightning own the Devils, though.
I need to see if Lightning start to lose games.
Yeah, we'll see. F. Kane was supposed to be Mrazek revenge spot. No, it was more of a Kane revenge spot. Baylor plus 2.5 for Justin today. Morning all caught up on sleep this weekend and missed the shows, but yeah.
Hey, sometimes you need that. Trust me, I understand that.
Hit the like button. I'm back and there. Appreciate it. Cash Pacers plus money yesterday versus Dallas. Got it. Yeah. Shit. I'm on leadership now. Just bet that. There you go. Good luck and smash these books. Today I grabbed Sens money line -105. Oh wow. I wish I was able to get that line there. There you go. I bet money line Baylor. I'm fading the Oilers tonight. Which is I think going to be very difficult to do because I don't think the Oilers play tonight.
They play the Kings. They play the Kings, Nick.
That's right. Yeah, no. I started looking at tomorrow's card, which threw me off. I'm like, the Oilers don't play tomorrow. They play tonight. But we'll get into the NHL card, Sam. I know you're super excited to break down some hockey. So let's get into it here. And all of a sudden, red hot Ottawa Senators team. We cashed a ticket with them in their last game against the Vegas Golden Knights are taking on the Washington Capitals. And all of a sudden, these markets are starting to adjust to the way that the Ottawa Senators are playing. This line opened up with the Sens as -106. It's now a -120 on BetOnline. It opened up at a 6.5 at -101. It's now a 6.5 at -105. So we have a move towards the over, and we have a move towards Ottawa in this game here. Big move towards Ottawa. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 75% of the tickets and 97% of the cash is on Ottawa. In this game, the line's moving towards them, 3,795 tickets in. 50% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on the under in this game here. I had this game projected for 6.39 goals. I don't really trust the Capitals for an over. I don't trust the Ottawa Senators for an under. The total is a complete pass on this game. More and more I look at this game, and the more the line's moving towards the Senators makes me think there might be value on the Capitals in this game here. Now, am I looking to bet against the Senators right now? The answer to that is no. Pretty plain and simple, the answer to that is no. If it's Korpisalo, though, I'm a little bit more tempted because I think Forsberg is the better of the two goaltenders right now. And if it's Forsberg, I'm going to probably stay off. If it is Korpisalo, I have some interest in the Washington Capitals as a home dog in this game. Because the more and more this line is moving, I have the Capitals with Forsberg in, with Forsberg as the Sens goalie at around a -110, -115 range. So I thought this pick'em line was correct to kick it off. Getting plus money with the Capitals is kind of tempting in this spot here. I would like to see Korpisalo confirmed in order to move on Washington in this one, but it's Caps at this price. I get it. The Senators are playing better as of late because they are. This is a team that since Shane Pinto has come back, they've been a much better team. They're playing good hockey. They're playing good against the good teams in the league. They won 4-3 against Vegas. They won 4-1 against Dallas. They forced it to overtime against Florida, where they lost in overtime. They beat the Lightning. Their two head scratchers were losing to the Blackhawks and the Ducks. But other than that, they beat the Blue Jackets. They beat the Maple Leafs. They beat the Red Wings. They beat the Preds. All these teams playing pretty good hockey right now, and the Senators are winning those games. So are the Sens a team I'm looking to go bet against? Not particularly. Am I looking to lay $1.30 on the road with them? Not really either. So especially if it's Korpisalo in net. If it's Korpisalo in net, I might grab a little bit of Capitals. So I want to see the way the goaltenders shape out for this matchup. If it's Korpisalo, I have interest in the Capitals as a dog here at home.
Yeah, I kind of looked through this card. I kind of got one spot that I like, but nothing really crazy on this card. And it's actually in the last game that I looked at. This is, I mean, you got the Senators, which they're dead. I say that, and my team's all actually they're not quite dead, because they've only played 55 games. Why has Ottawa played so much less games than everybody else? Everybody's sitting at 57 to 60, and they're sitting at 55. Any reason why?
They had some weird schedule in the beginning. They played in the Sweden games,
okay,
which was kind of weird. And I don't know why else. But, yeah, they're going to have a compact schedule towards the end of the season, which is going to make them good bet against material maybe when you have a condensed schedule like that and you play a lot of back-to-backs, a lot of 3-game in 4 days, a lot of 4-game in 6 days, stuff like that. It's not going to be fun for the Sens with this, what's going to be a compact schedule for them the rest of the season.
Yeah, I kind of lean Capitals, but I didn't go after it.
There, back to the chat.
At least we can all cash college together. Yes, sir. Baylor game got me feeling some kind of way. I want to bet Baylor, but I want to bet the over. I want to bet the under. Don't know where to go. I'm on TCU. Capitals money line. I lean Caps. Under. What we doing? Capitals money line, sprinkle, reverse puck line, of course. Alexander Ovechkin, anytime goal. He's all right.
Yeah.
I like Washington and Kings money line today.
Yeah, that was not the game I got to, but I definitely don't really have too much interest in the Ottawa or in the Edmonton Oilers right now.
You'd think the Caps would want to really win this game. Hard to trust either team. The thing is, these are kind of must-win games. Pretty much every single game for New Jersey, Washington, Pittsburgh, New York, and Buffalo are must-win games every single time because they are starting to fall back. Like New Jersey, 7 points back for wild card. The Capitals, 8 points back. The Islanders and the Penguins, 9 points back. Sabres are 11 points back. So they need a collapse. And I mean, the Red Wings aren't doing it. They've won 5 straight. And the Leafs have won 7 straight games.
Yep.
Holy crap. Oh, and the Yotes. The Yotes have lost 12. But yeah, no, these are teams that are must win, but doesn't mean they're going to win. Baylor was almost stacks. No. Only reason they're not, they were my stacks on Saturday, and you're still. I'm annoyed about that one too. 4-1, 4-2, 4-1 type of game, depending on the goalies. Senators have been red hot, made money off of them, thinking they're due for a letdown. Let's see.
They absolutely very well could be.
Bet the under, repeat. Fair. I really like under only if Chucky Mutton Chops starts for the Capitals.
If it's Lindgren, I have a little bit more interest in the Capitals as well. Like, this is one of those situations where I'm waiting for goalie confirmations. If it's Forsberg, Kemper, I have no interest in this, or I'm going to pass on the game. If it's any other combination, whether it's Lindgren and Forsberg, or whether it's Lindgren and Korpisalo, or if it's Korpisalo and Kemper, I'm interested in the Capitals. So as long as it's not Forsberg versus Kemper, I will be interested in Washington.
There you go. Tar Heels today. In basketball? Fine. Dang, line just went from -105 to -115 on the under. Prairie, here we go. FAMU
There we
Prairie
go.
View,
Now we're
Delaware.
talking.
Who does FAMU got? Let's look.
Slight lean towards Drexel on that Delaware game.
I don't. Hold on. I don't hate FAMU today. I really don't. Prairie View.
Yeah. FAMU grades out okay. If we can get a +2 with them, that would be a play.
Oh, Prairie View is against the Valley.
Yeah.
And Delaware, you said, yeah. Ottawa overtime winner. I don't know about that one.
I could see this game. I could see a draw in this game.
Devils are frauds. Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning of the season.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody had the Devils in their top 5. Oh, Devils this. Oh, Devils that. I'm like, Devils aren't going to be that good.
I made that mistake too. And here's the thing. This is correct. Devils are frauds. Because I've had arguments with people over like teams that are frauds. In order to be a fraud, you had to have expectations heading into the season.
Mm-hmm.
If your expectations were we might be a playoff team, like a wild card team, you can't really be a fraud. If your expectations were we're not making the playoffs, you can't be a fraud. If your expectations are we're going to be in the top of our division, potentially win our division and be a Stanley Cup potential team, and you're not making the playoffs or you're a wild card team, sure, you're a fraud. If your expectations were we're making the playoffs, whether it's a 2 or 3 seed in your division or a high wild card, and you're completely out of you're nowhere near the playoffs, you're a fraud. So, because I've heard people call teams like St. Louis a fraud, even though they're what I call like a fringe playoff team, and like that, and call teams like that frauds when they had really no expectations heading into the year. The Devils are a fraud. There were expectations heading into the year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they fire Lindy Ruff after this year.
Oof, that's rough.
He just got extended too.
All 4 games going under. Washington money line. Got to bump up Bruins Kraken from 5.5. Okay. Drexel. Who's Drexel got today?
Towards Drexel against the Fighting Blue Hens of Delaware.
Okay. Let me look at that line. That's about right.
Yeah.
Delta frauds. The Delta Devils are
Delta Devils are the furthest thing from a fraud possible.
You like Wilmington? You like the old Wilmington against the Camels of Campbell? Sure, why not?
By the way, shout out to the Campbell's baseball team who are now ranked.
There you go.
Well-deserved ranking. Well-deserved ranking for that Campbell team.
What's the Sens road record?
Bad.
There you go. Impossible.
They're 8-14-1. But when you look at what the Sens have done, when you look at what the Sens have done lately, I mean, this is a team that they haven't played many road games lately, but they've been playing better in general.
There you go. Well, let's head to the next game, Nick.
Yeah, and we have the New York Islanders and the Dallas Stars. The Stars -170 favorites in this game, total 6 in the spot. The Islanders now sitting in 10th or sitting in 7th in the Metro. So the bottom is kind of falling out on the season here. But let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, and it opened up at a 166. It's down to it's up to a 160. Open up at a -165. It's up to a -166 now for Dallas on BetOnline. And the line opened up a 108. It's now a -118. So a move towards the over and a move towards Dallas in the spot. 96% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on Dallas. 2,900 tickets in. So the lines move towards Dallas, or a penny towards Dallas, with basically every single ticket on Dallas so far. Yeah. So really no line movement, even though all that, but I can care less. 20% of the tickets, 52% of the cash is on the over in this spot here, and the line has moved towards the over in this one here. I have this game projected for the Islanders to be around 140 underdogs, which is about where they are, 145 range, and I have this game projected at a 6 or 5.95 goals. So I think that 6 number is pretty right here. And I was listening to something earlier, and it kind of made me think when it comes to this Islanders season, I think the Islanders making a push and making the playoffs would be a bad thing for them. When we look at it, because I think hiring Patrick Waugh was a great decision and getting rid of Lane Lambert. I think it was a great decision. However, this team is going to need to be retooled. And if the Islanders make the playoffs this year, which it's not going to happen, Lou Lamoriello is going to look at this roster and be like, see, it's fine. We're good. We can continue status quo. And if they miss the playoffs, I think Patrick Waugh is going to want to revamp this team in the offseason to play a different style of hockey that he wants to coach. So if you're the New York Islanders, you want to miss the playoffs this year. So we don't have to continue with the status quo of what Lou Lamoriello has done the last few years with this team, which has made them stagnant. So I would like to start seeing the Islanders lose. I've given up on my Islanders to make the playoffs future. That's a loser. I'm well aware of it. I would like to see the Islanders start to lose going forward because I need this team to be revamped in the offseason. I need Patrick Waugh to be able to take control of this team and things along those lines. As for this game, I don't see value in the Stars at this minus 170 number. We know the Stars are a team that struggle to put teams away and struggle to win against lower competition by margin. So they're not a team I would trust with a -1 line. They're not a team I would trust with a puck line. It's not a team I would trust with a regulation line. If anything, the draw in this game is probably a great look. I have no interest in this game whatsoever, though. This will be a pass. I might watch it. No interest in this game whatsoever, though. And I know I spoke a lot about this game as a fan, from a fan perspective, but if you're looking at the long term of the Islanders, if they want to still compete the next few years, they need to revamp and retool this team. And maybe that comes from trading Brock Nelson. Maybe that comes from trading some pieces away during the trade deadline to retool and focus more on next year and start to build a little bit more on the prospect pool, because you might get a decent haul for Brock Nelson, who still has not only this year on his contract, but next year as well. So we got to start looking at what the Islanders can get in return for some of the players on the roster right now. Because as long as they have Sorokin, and Sorokin could play at a Vezina caliber level, this team could be a competitive team for the years to come. But we'll see.
I pass on this game. A draw, if anything. The Islanders lead the league, I think, by double for overtime losses this year. They've got 14.
And they're on pace for the most overtime games in NHL history.
And that's the only reason why they're technically still in the race.
Yep.
Is because if you take away the count of overtime losses, they're 23-34. Like, this is not a good Islanders hockey team. So you look at that, it's just like they're not as good as they appear. But it would be leaning towards a draw, and then once it gets into overtime, betting the Stars. So
probably
that's kind of my approach.
These two teams did play a little while ago. It was Patrick Waugh's first game on the bench for the Islanders, and they won in overtime.
There you go. Islanders money line and draw. Nope, that doesn't work together. If the Islanders get a 2-goal lead, I don't trust them going into the third, but it's not a star spot.
Yep.
There you go. Sabres have been the best team goals against in the year of 2024. They have, and that's big to Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. If you fade the Sabres, you're fading life. And real deal, we were waiting for you because last night, for the first time, the Buffalo Sabres have won 3 straight games. All right. Sorry, I had to for a minute. Horvat, Nelson, Barzell over 1.5 point parlay if the Isles win because it's that line. That's fair. Yeah. That's plus 1,300. There you go. Under 6.5. I can see the under. Trade Anders Lee to the Wild.
Buy, have them. All yours. All yours. You can have Anders Lee. All yours. All yours.
Isles are 7th in the Metro. Stars minus 1.5. That's a horrible way of capping.
I mean, you can have Anders Lee all day long now.
I like the caps as well. Even 500, not including overtime losses. We're a NHL 500. There you go. Let's jump into this game, Nick.
Yeah. This one's a fun one, but I don't know if I'm going to get involved in this game, though. We'll get into it, though. We have the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. The Oilers minus 145 favorites in this game with a total of 6.5 in the spot. All of a sudden, the Kings are playing better, and the Oilers are not. The line opened up at 150. It's up to a 156. We've had to move towards the Oilers in this spot here. Line opened up at a 6.5 at minus 125. It's a 6.5 at minus 111 now. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards the Oilers in this one here. And 38% of the tickets, 74% of the cash on the Oilers. That kind of makes sense towards the line move there. 1,900 tickets in, so not crazy there. 67% of the tickets are on the puck line for the Oilers. So it all makes sense, the line moving towards Edmonton in the spot. 52% of the tickets are on the under. We have no cash flow on said under in this game here. And my projection for this game was the Oilers around a minus 130. So I don't see too much value on the line here. Slight edge, I guess, towards the Kings at the 130, 135 price tag. I guess it would be slightly lean towards them. As for total, I have this game projected for 6.83 goals. So I'd lean towards an over in this game. Maybe that lends you to looking at maybe a team total over for the Kings at this number, because you can get Kings team total over 3.5 at minus. Oh no, 2.5 at minus 155. That's a little pricey for my liking. That team total over 2.5. But one thing we've seen with the Oilers a little bit as of late is what did we? You remember, Tim, what we saw with the Oilers when they were on that 16-game winning streak? What did we see a lot of with the Oilers during their winning streak?
Low scoring.
What did they play? Huh?
Defensive style.
They played defensive. Yeah, all of a sudden, this Edmonton team has gone back to their old ways. Ever since now they've played 10 games since they've lost their winning streak. They gave up 3 to Vegas, 3 to Anaheim, 4 to the Kings, 4 to the Red Wings, 6 to the Blues, 3 to the Stars, 3 to the Coyotes, 6 to the Bruins, 4 to the Wild, and 6 to the Calgary Flames. All of a sudden, this team, which was during that 16-game winning streak, was a defensive dynamo who were limiting their opponents to 2 or less goals every single game, have given up at least 3 goals in 10 straight games. So maybe knowing that this game is, knowing that the Oilers are giving up this many goals, maybe the team total over 2.5 minus 155 for the Kings doesn't look as bad. Maybe that's a spot where you can take a little bit of a juicy price there on the Kings team total over. Because the Oilers are giving up goals. And on the flip side, the Kings are scoring a little bit better as of late. They've scored at least 3 goals in 3 of their last 5 games. 3-2 win over Anaheim. They lost 4-1 in actual, but they beat Columbus 5-1. They beat Pittsburgh 2-1. They beat Boston 5-4. This is a team that's winning games right now. It'd be Kings or nothing. It'd be Kings team total over or nothing. But I'm going to stay off this spot here. Maybe an over in this game as well, with the way that the Oilers are giving up goals. But we've seen these, I believe we've seen these two teams play unders in the past when these two teams go up against each other. We've seen unders in back-to-back games. Both games between these two teams have gone under this year. A 3-2 shootout win for Edmonton on December the 30th, and a 4-0 shutout win for the Kings last time against the Oilers. That was the first game with the new head coach for the Kings there. It was a nice 4-0 shutout win for them. So, am I playing this game? No, it'd be Kings team total over. It'd be Kings money line, if anything. But I think I'm only going to focus on this last game.
Me too. I didn't bet anything this one. Should be a good game though. This one might be the best game of the night. I think we could say that.
Yeah, why not?
But no, I'm not going to bet this one. Maybe an over, considering how Edmonton's been playing lately. But I looked at the site, Nick. We're on the same play for the last game. I'm happy.
Yes.
Kings under. Kings in the draw. Kings. Everybody likes the Kings today.
It makes me glad I'm staying off. No offense to the chat, but I mean when everybody
Oilers play the Kings well. I'm in goal. Who's in net for the Kings, Nick?
I think I'm going to guess Talbot. That's just my prediction, though.
Talbot?
I don't know. Yeah.
Let's head to the final game, which I have interest in.
Yeah, me too, and I've already bet it. So let's get in here. We have the Boston Bruins and the Seattle Kraken in this one here. The Bruins minus 140 road favorites with a total of 5.5 in this game. And let's get into it here. The line opened up with Boston as minus 150 road favorites. It's down to a 140, so we've had a move towards these Kraken. Line opened up at a 5.5 at minus 110. It's now 5.5 at minus 112. So we have a slight move towards the over. We have a slight move towards the Kraken in this game here. 43% of the tickets, 69 nice percent of the cash is on the Kraken. 1,600 tickets in. 63% of the tickets and 80% of the cash is on the over in this game. Lines move slightly towards the over. I have this game projected for 5.35 goals, so it's a slight lean towards the under, and definitely not enough for me to pull the trigger in this game. But I think this is a terrible spot for the Boston Bruins. And I have this game projected closer, about a pick 'em. If not, I actually have the Kraken as slight favorites in this game. And hear me out on this one here. The Kraken have been playing better as of late. Defensively, they're only giving up 2.72 expected goals against the last 10 games. And Joey Decord has been great for them. He's played great in between the pipes. On the flip side, this is a terrible spot for the Boston Bruins, where this is the last game of their road trip in the Pacific Northwest. They started their road trip off with a 6-5 win against the Edmonton Oilers. They lose 3-2 against the Flames. They lose 3-2 against the Canucks. So this is a team that's 1-2 on their road trip, but have gotten points in every single game. Also, I think the draw is not a bad look in this one as well. When you look at what the Boston Bruins have done, here are their last 5 games: 3-2 overtime.
What are the last 7?
They've gone to overtime in 6 of the last 7 games. This is a team that's consistently going into overtime. And on the flip side, the Kraken, 2 of the last 5 games, they've gone to overtime. They had a shootout win on the 13th against the Islanders. They had a 4-3 overtime loss against the Red Wings. And this also kind of matches up pretty well for a draw here, because the Boston Bruins are in the East and the Atlantic, and Seattle is in the Pacific, and neither team gives a crap if the other one records the point in this game. So the draw is probably not a bad bet here. I think if you bet the draw on all 4 games tonight, you'll probably come out profitable. I think we'll see some overtimes tonight. So, I mean, for me, it's a small lean towards the draw in every game. I mean, I'm on the Kraken here in this spot. I think this line is too wide. Getting plus 125 with the Kraken is, I think, a great price. I got plus 125 with them last night. So,
Release the Kraken.
Yep, that's my only play today. Yeah, and as you mentioned, it's the Bruins' last game of the road trip. Then they go home and play the defending Stanley Cup champions. So that should be a really good game. That might be a look ahead spot. And then they got the Islanders and Toronto in New York, in Toronto. So lots of road games for Boston. I do like Seattle in this game. I grabbed their money line. I think it was like 120 area. Kraken is the only play that I'm on in hockey tonight. So I got one play in hockey, one play in NBA today, Nick.
Yeah,
and then two games in college. That's it.
Yeah, I got 1 game in college. So,
it's just a system play on the road. Kings and the Oilers looking like shit at home right now.
Fair.
I got big save Dave expected.
All right, I'm fine with either. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
King me. I trust the chat. Kings money line. I don't know. There's some Canes fans in our chat. I don't know if I could trust them. Release the Kraken. Yes. Both Oilers and Kings actually need an actual goalie. Although journeyman and fraud number 1 won't cut it in playoffs. No, it will not. Kraken money line. Yes. Draw like the Kraken money line. They got their asses handed to them by the Mild.
Yeah, that lost last game against the Wild on a back-to-back.
Yeah. Seeing 3-1. Caps money line plus 120 now.
Yeah, it's and I have projected goaltenders for that game. It's Kemper and Forsberg.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably enough to keep me off the game.
Let's head to the association where I have 1 play.
Yeah, we'll get into it here, where we have the Indiana Pacers. They're at home against the Toronto Raptors in this game. Pacers -6, total of 244.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot here. Let me get the line history up here. In this one, where we have this game opened up with the Pacers as 6.5-point favorites. It's down to a 6. It's bounced between 6.5 a couple of times. Line opened up at a 246. It's down to a 244.5. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Raptors in this game. A half-point line movement towards the Raptors in this spot here. Taking a look at the cash flow, we have 10,200 tickets in, and we have 54% of the tickets, 64% of cash on the Raptors. So the lines move towards the Raptors, money coming in on the Raptors. 80% of the tickets and 76% of the cash is on the over, and yet this line's gone from a 246 down to a 244.5. So the markets are showing no concern towards this over money. I have this game priced at a 242.5 range, 242.5, 243. So it's a slight lean towards the under for me if I'm getting involved in this game. However, I mean, betting unders and Pacer games are not something I'm looking to go ahead and jump to. It'd be just a lean towards that at the moment. I wish it was like a 245, maybe. I don't know, 245.5. Maybe get that extra half point of whatever. But it'd be a lean towards the under for me in this spot, but no play.
Let's look. Pacers did play yesterday. The Raptors did not. So you got the Pacers on a second leg of a back-to-back. I'm not laying 6 points on the Pacers, especially on a back-to-back. They're just not that type of team that I want to go and lay points on them. And then you got a Toronto team that is 9-20. If I'm betting a dog in the NBA, most likely that means I think they have a shot to win the game outright. I don't think the Raptors win this one. Could this be a game where the +6 comes in and ends up finishing a 4-point game, 3-point game? Sure. But I'm not really interested in going crazy with this game. So, no, this one's a stay away spot to start the card.
Fair.
That's cash wins. Let's do it. Off topic, but anyone excited about KFC's new item, the chitza, a little fried chicken with the cheese and pepper? I'm going to have to try it. I'll let you know. I'll have to try it, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
This game is gross.
Yeah, I mean, we have the New York Knicks as 11-point favorites with a total of 223 in this game. Let's get into the line history here between the Knicks and the Pistons. Let's get this up. Ready to go. Where this line opened up at a 9.5, it's up to 11. So we've had a move towards the New York Knicks in this spot. And then we have this line opened up at 225.5. It's down to a 223.5. So we've had a line movement towards the under, and we've had a line movement towards the Knicks in this one here. And let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot, where you get 55% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is coming in on the Pistons, but yet the line's moving towards the Knicks. Interesting there. 45% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the under. The line's moving towards the under there. I have this game capped around 12.5. So I would lean towards the Knicks in this game. I can only look towards the Knicks in this spot. Maybe Knicks first half, something along those lines. I see this as a blowout type of game. The market kind of sees this as a blowout type of game. Kind of similar to that Hornets Warriors game, which I know it didn't finish. I think it pushed the 13, right? But that line was moving towards the Warriors with all the cash coming in on the Hornets the other night, and the Hornets got a push out of that game. But I could see this as one of those spots where the line is moving towards the favorite, the money is coming in on the dog, and this is a blowout spot. So it would be Knicks or nothing for me.
All right, I'll keep this one easy. It's nothing for me. And you probably could have expected that one. It's an 11-point spread. I'm never laying 11 points on the Knicks. And I'm never laying 11 points, period, in the NBA. That's just not a thing I like to do. And I'm not trusting the Pistons on the road. So this one's a complete stay away. Although, you look at the Pistons season, they've played 56 games. They've played 28 home and road, 4-24 on the road, 4-24 at home. And 14-14 against the spread at home, 14-14 against the spread on the road. So they have been dead even everywhere they play. So it's not me trying to fade them on the road because you could fade them anywhere and it's the same record. but this isn't a stay away spot for me. I'm not dealing with a game with this many points.
Fair.
Pacers country, let's ride. Good luck. Indy first quarter. I can see that. And then the Knicks minus 15. You know what? If you're gonna do it,
the highest Bovada is giving me the 13.5 at plus 125.
if you're gonna do it like that. That's the only way I'm laying points is if I get a plus money price tag to do it.
Exactly. If the Knicks cover this number, it's not by them winning by 12 points. It's them winning by 26. Like it's them blowing the doors off of the Pistons tonight.
Exactly.
This is a game I am very interested in. And I would like to talk this game out because my numbers suggest some very nice value on one team here in this spot. And originally I thought it was because of injuries, and I kind of looked at the injury report, and it kind of is, but we'll get into it here. Where you have the Memphis Grizzlies, they're taking on the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets are 2-point road favorites in this game with a total of 214.5. This total is so low too as well. Line opened up at a -3 for Brooklyn, and now it's a -2. So we've had to move towards the Grizzlies in this spot here. Line opened up at a 216.5, and it's down to a 215.5. So we do have a move towards the under. Did get down all the way to 214 at one point. Before coming back to the 215.5 where we're seeing on some books. We have 72% of tickets, 82% of cash on the under. Line moving towards the under. We have 65% of tickets and 82% of cash on the +2, 59% of tickets, 60% of cash on the money line with the Memphis Grizzlies. The lines move towards the Memphis Grizzlies in the spot, 8,000 tickets in. I have the wrong team favored in the spot. I have the Grizzlies as a 1.5 point favorite in this game, which made me a little nervous because I felt like that was potentially injury laden or injury reasons why this line is the way it is. So these teams also haven't played each other since 2022, by the way. The last time these two teams played were on November 20th, 2022. So it's been a minute since these two teams have played against each other. Memphis coming in off of a 6-point loss where they've covered in 4 in a row, by the way, the Memphis Grizzlies. They covered as 9-point dogs against the LA Clippers. I remember I had the +9 in that game. I had a small sprinkle on the money line, but I wasn't expecting to win that money line. And Brooklyn coming in absolutely struggling. They're 2-7-1 ATS in their last 10 games. They're 2-8, and now they're a favorite on the road. That would usually be a red flag, but not for me here. I'll take some Memphis Grizzlies at +105.
Yep, I'm on Memphis as well. I got their money line. This is not me wanting to bet the Grizzlies. Let me get this straight. This is me fading the Brooklyn Nets. You think, oh, they got a new coach. They have to bounce back, right, Nick?
Wrong. They're just a bad team.
They lost by 28 in the first game with the new coach and 15 in the second game. This is a team that's not covering spreads. This is not the same Nets team from the beginning of the year that was making us a shit ton of money. Therefore, not interested. I'm on the Grizzlies in this one. That's my only play today is Memphis. I have a lean in the next game, but not enough for me to want to get to it.
I look forward to talk about the next game. Memphis
that's a game Grizzlies is the only play I'm going to have today.
Nice.
Over. I can see the over in the Grizzlies game. I can. Knicks minus 19.5. Go for it, dude.
There you go.
Jackson Williams over points. Grizzlies money line. There you go. Final game, Nick.
Yeah, the Miami Heat are at the Sacramento Kings in this one. We're seeing the Kings 6.5, 7-point favorites, depending on your book, with a total of 224 in this game. Line opened up at a 2.5 for the Kings, and then that opened up at 153 yesterday. And then at 211, it was still 2.5, but then at 454, it was a -5. So all of a sudden, it jumped up 2.5 points. This is why I think it's injury related. Then it got all the way up to a 7.5, and since it's hit the 7.5, there's been some buyback here on the Miami Heat to bring it back to a 6.5. Line opened up at a 228.5. It's down to a 225. So we've had to move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Heat in this game. 57% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the Heat. And actually, my bad, it's been a move towards the Kings, but since the injury news, I'm guessing there's some type of injury news.
There's always something with who do you call it? With Miami.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's why the line's gone from a 2.5 up to a 6.5. I think the line's gone too far. I'm interested in the Miami Heat in this game. I have this game capped at a 2.5. So I'm assuming there's some type of injury shenanigans because this is the NBA we are talking about here.
Yeah.
I would like to know, number one, are the Heat still worth a look here at this number at 6.5 at -105 and plus 220? And is there injuries we need to worry about with this Miami Heat team?
Keep in mind, it is a second leg of a back-to-back. Oh, for both teams. Sorry, for both teams. Actually, the Kings are coming off of a 16-point win against the Clippers. That's an impressive win right there. Miami's coming off of a 11-point win against New Orleans. That was the 23rd. Oh, Miami's not on a back-to-back.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I kind of lean Miami in this game. This could be an interesting spot for Miami, and it would be a fade spot of Sacramento more than a backing of Miami, just because of Sacramento. Second leg of a back-to-back, coming off of a big win against one of the top teams in the Western Conference. Now, Sacramento still needs to make some type of move if they want to get to the top four, because right now the fourth place team, which is the Clippers, and the fifth place team, which is the Kings, is separated by 4 games. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth in the West, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, 7 games back. So that is really, really close. So it could get interesting down the stretch in terms of seeding. Sacramento, I feel like, is good. If out of the group of Sacramento, Phoenix, New Orleans, Dallas, I feel like Sacramento has the best chance at breaking out and joining the top of the pack, which is Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Denver, and LA. Which that the top 4 up there is still separated by 2.5 games. So I look at that. Although it would not be a Sacramento spot here for me.
I'm going to move on him here. Give me the Heat at plus 6.5 at -105. And you know me, if I'm taking the spread, I take some money line. Small bet on the Heat plus 220 in this game as well. I'll take some Heat money line.
All the money's on the Bruins, but the line is so low ahead potential, low road trip. Man, the Kraken are bad. I like the Kraken tonight. 2 players suspended for Miami.
Oh, that's
how much I didn't even know there was suspensions. I don't really watch the games.
I don't.
Jimbo serving his suspension. There it is.
There, fair enough. I'm fine with that. I like fading the injury report anyway, so we're good. I like Miami even more now.
There you go. That is all of the games for today. We made it through the entire card. Recapping stuff. Housekeeping. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all the good stuff for Preach on Sport. Check out all links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. All of that is linked down below. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, that's also that's $5.99 a month, and you get all of the plays that are up on the site if you guys are interested in that. Recap for today. I like Seattle and I like Memphis. Seattle in hockey, Memphis in basketball. Nick?
I'm on very similar page with you. Seattle, Memphis, and I'm adding Miami plus 6.5 plus 220. And that is it. And then I did the free pick video for last night, so I can give them out here. The NC Central Eagles, I got at 4.5 last night. I did that as a free pick video. That's the only game in college basketball I like today. And I say that they're up to a 6. I'm seeing NC Central, and even at a 6, it still grades out really well for me because I had them at a 9.5. So this line's done exactly how I was expecting this line to be with NC Central. I like the Eagles in that spot there. That's my only college basketball play.
There you go. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.